Alright, we like Coast Contra.
We love them.
We definitely hearing the sound they putting out to the world based on, their own individual energy. Be yourself, be legendary.
Very powerful.
Very powerful group, man. So, we've been on a Coast Contra wave because they have infinite wave bars. We've been in a Coast Contra wave because it fits with our energy and what we're about. You know what I'm saying? So.
And their frequencies are always high. And everything that they say, you can feel the conviction, you can feel the passion, you can see that, you can pretty much just feel their spirit and what they're really about, and that they walk these ways.
Exactly. So, without further ado, we're gonna get into it. Glad to always come back around with another reaction when we can.
Yes.
And you can close that window.
Yeah.
So y'all can hear us better. And yeah, we about to get into it, man. 8 minutes. Cool. That's good.
Can't stop me.
Yo. Coast Contra, yeah.
Ah, shit, hold on. I know what I gotta do. Shit, how the hell I'm gonna do it if I don't get a quick time?
Yep. Give us a second, because we want to make sure it's a good experience for y'all.
Now we can go. There you go. Bye.
All right.
Yo. Coast Contra, yeah. You know the mantra, yeah. Yo. Coast Contra shit, yeah. You know the mantra. I don't know when to stop, I don't know when to not go, but as long as my heart keep beating, I'ma show these niggas I bleed gold. It's the chosen, blood token, can't be broken, no matter what life throws me. I was catching Hail Marys, inhale, smoke this. Get high to it, it's the message in the dosage and the potion. Kicking signs like Bill Nye, just try to focus. If you don't understand me, who cares? Go blow dick. Esto pa mi gente también.
I say, if you don't understand me, I don't give a damn about all you niggas saying you don't understand what I'm saying. There's niggas in my city who understand exactly what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And that's what us as the English listeners, I guess, have to appreciate, if you know that hip-hop started with blacks and Hispanics and the deep natured relationship between that. So, because we the culture.
And then also it's kind of cool because he said, if you don't understand me, because, he go from both languages, English, and he goes
he jumped
to
straight
Espanol.
into Spanish after he said that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of dope. Like,
I don't care.
It's meant for.
Y si no me entienden, mira, no me importa. Dile que camino con Dios, nada me asusta. No security needed when I be
what I like about is if they give you a scheme, or if they start off a scheme, they give other words that suggest what you may think they're pointing to, so it's never doubted in your mind. It's kind of biblical in a way. If anybody read the scriptures, in a certain way, you could read and it's never left up to your interpretation. Most of the time, if you read down or read up, your what the text is suggesting will be clarified by the words, or more suggestive words of the author.
Yeah, and like he went to speaking in Spanish, and he said the same thing in Spanish that he said in English, which is, if you don't understand me, pretty much, I don't care if you don't understand me. And then he's talking some big stuff, telling him I walk with God in Spanish. Like, I'm so glad, first of all, Coast Contra, that you're putting the captions of Los's verses in English, because I knew that he was spitting some fire. I mean, we felt the spirit in it anyway. We just didn't know exactly what he was saying, but we knew it was some fire.
For sure.
Camino con Dios, nada me asusta. No security needed when I be walking through slugs. Rest in peace, Willie Colón, tengo la salsa. Sitting on these niggas like colons, esto es nada. Dime gracias por existir. I'm a pivotal piece of the grand scheme of all things. No chasing, all attraction. I
don't give a fuck if you don't understand me. I'm a pivotal piece of the grand scheme of all things. I know I'm adding more to it, but I'm a pivotal piece. I know his feeling or his intention when he said that verse. I'm a pivotal piece of the grand scheme of all things, so I matter. Yeah. So you trying to? It's not just I'm a pivotal piece of Coast Contra. If you're thinking I'm not a pivotal piece of Coast Contra, I am a pivotal piece of the design of the fabric of reality.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
with boldness too. And then after that, he goes into it with some affirmations. I'm everything, like everything that's happening for him. He knows he's supposed to have. So he hits you with the affirmations right after that, like this is bigger than just Coast Contra. I'm a part of the whole scheme, like you said, of everything. And I mean, he already said who he walked with. He walked with guys, so that's kind of like, again, attracting, not chasing. And he just said it. So.
Okay.
Everything, life sweet, this my honeymoon without a wedding ring. Passion, burning out the booth, set the roof on fire. Like a pyromaniac, I'm here to spark the mind. Blaze the stage like blood side and left behind. Can't nobody really block what's meant to be mine.
RAS is on the mic. Who wanna go blow, fuck, blow, boom, dynamite. Man, let a hater come around trying to shoot me down. Shit light. I bring a knife to your gunfight. The bullets is whistling by, to me it's Shangri-La, I love cutting up and shutting them down with something fire, Pistol popping paranoid, he probably pee his pants. Pussy picking on me, you pretty much promised to pay him plus per diem. Power the pistol, point to prove, I'm packing a poem, pinned upon a pun, to purely play for people's preference. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, planted a pepper popper, posse cut preserved in dirt and wax museum. Coming across your, coming across your, the pack of pickled peppers, planted a pepper.
I'm going to break all of this down so we can hear the syntax and logical combination of these alliterated words. Pistol popping paranoid. He'd probably pee his pants. You're not tough.
But you're a pistol. You want to pop your gun out.
Your paranoia is, I'm paranoid, so I'm going to be pistol popping to deal with that. Pistol popping paranoid. He'd probably pee his pants.
He's basically also saying that a lot of the young guys who are quick to shoot, all of them are in fear. That's the only time you have your gun and you feel like you can't fight. That's what's happening.
Exactly.
No, he probably pee his pants. Pussy picking on me.
Pussy picking on me. You're pretty much promised.
Pretty much promised to pay him plus per.
To pay a plus per diem.
To pay and plus. He said and plus per diem. So you're gonna.
What is a plus per diem? That's
an additional payment. So you got to pay me my wages and you got to pay me like for gas, like different things. Per diem is per like sector. It's when you go to work, there's different ways that you can get paid, and that's one of them.
Okay.
I have to look it up exactly.
Pistol popping paranoid. He probably pee his pants. Pussy picking on me. You're better off paying to pay it. I'm not gonna go back. I try to remember.
He's saying
pistol popping paranoid. He probably
pussy picking on me.
Pussy picking on me. You're pretty much promised.
Pretty much promised to pay him plus per.
Okay. Pay a plus per diem.
So if you're a bully and you picking on me, basically he's going off the same thing before. All y'all pussy niggas is basically shooting first, but you so pussy, you best believe that in the end you gonna pay for this. Plus more. I'm gonna make sure you get it.
Exactly.
Damn, proud to pistol point to prove I'm backing up.
Proud to. Okay, now we gotta keep going. I ain't gonna let it. I gotta know what this is.
Proud to pierce.
Paying plus per diem. Proud to pistol point.
Proud to pierce a point to prove.
Okay.
Proud to pierce a point to prove. Pierce guns. Pierce. Proud to pierce a point to prove.
Okay.
I mean, pierce and point are related. You pierce with a point. Proud to pierce a point to prove. Proud to pierce, or it could be a comma there, or it's supposed to be a comma. Proud to pierce a point to prove. While packing poem pinned upon.
Okay, let's see where else he goes.
While packing poem pinned upon. You're packing a poem while packing poem pinned upon.
The ponder purely played.
A pun to ponder purely played.
For
people's preference. I'm not
following yet,
yeah.
but we're gonna see if it ties at the end.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Picked a pack of pickled peppers,
planning to prep a proper posse cut.
Posse cut.
Preserved
in your earwax museum. Yeah. Y'all gonna have to tell me what y'all thinking on that.
I want to know the logic of that all the way through.
Me too.
I want to believe that he didn't just do the P alliteration just for the sake of, and that because it had meaning in it, but when it gets to that middle, I start, as the listener, start being able to follow. And
Yeah.
sometimes the author writes for specific audience and specific ears, but I don't think this was one of those times. I feel like this is one of those things to where he wanted us to understand what he was saying.
Yeah,
But
I feel
if
like
he was writing for it, there's not for there to be meaning and not just to be playing with P words for the sake
that's
of
what I was saying too. I'm like, did he just try to practice on the literary device of just the P's being repeated? But I feel like they always have like double or at least triple meaning in their words. So I'm like, I don't think it's just the P's that he was just focused on. I think that there's a message behind what he's trying to say.
Pussy picking on me, you're pretty much priming.
I got the first two.
To pay a plus per diem.
Yeah, I get that.
While packing poem pinned upon. While.
Packing poem.
Like wow, who is doing this? While packing poem pinned upon. It would have to be him. While packing poem pinned upon. A pun.
To ponder.
What was the pun? A pun to ponder purely played. So that's not enough to stand on it. That's not a clause in that's not an independent clause. A pun to ponder purely played for people's preference. It didn't answer for me what that was.
No, the only thing that made sense to me so far is the pussy niggas who are quick to shoot because they scared.
Right.
And eventually, y'all scared niggas is going to have it handed to you. That's what I got so far. And after that, I got lost.
Okay, when we was at proud to pierce, a point to prove. I get it. He like a paranoid person feel like he has a point to prove. He's proud to pierce, a point to prove.
Point to prove, I'm packing a poem pinned up.
Packing a poem pinned upon. So now that makes me think that while he had a point to prove, he had a poem.
He was
pinned
packing.
upon.
He was packing upon.
But I'm thinking that the person he set up is outside of his body, and he's looking at people who are paranoid and are gun blasting. So it's not himself.
Packing poem pinned upon.
Ponder purely play
To ponder
for people's preference.
A pun to ponder purely play for people's preference. A pun to ponder purely play for people's. A pun to ponder. Somebody's giving a pun for somebody to ponder, and it's purely paid for people's preference because that's the thing that people prefer. I get it.
Peter Piper picked up.
I don't know why he jumped into that and went straight into this, but Peter, what you need?
I'm about to spit this gum out.
Pack a pickle peppers, planning to prep a proper posse.
Planning to prep a proper posse cut.
Cut preserved in your earwax museum.
Preserved in your earwax museum. Because the pun you pondered for people's purely for people's preference is preserved in their earwax museum, which is a play on words. That's all this. I'm gonna leave it.
Coming across your, 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 coming across your.
And on a unique beat like this, and the way that Raz is not, he's not afraid to attack unorthodox flow pockets. So that means he wouldn't be afraid to attack unorthodox beats.
Right.
And they're only unorthodox because the majority of people don't use them. It's only unorthodox based on what the majority is doing.
Right.
But I like that trait about all of them.
Coming across your, coming across your, coming across your feet, loud and clear. We them niggas that be.
Now he starts actually making the beat work.
Yeah.
Kicking all that flavor in your ear, get it jumping like a sack race when I'm in my bag.
Get it jumping like a sack race when I'm in my bag, Lord.
Okay, we get that right. Yeah.
Lord, literally catch me skipping through these niggas pressing fast forward. Can't
That's easy.
care about no pop. Passionately fuck the system non-stop. Missionary, so I'm coming out on top.
Passionately fuck this system.
Non-stop missionary.
Non-stop missionary. So I'm coming out on top. I'm coming out of the vagina is one way you can see that.
Yeah.
On top of her.
Yeah.
And I'm literally coming. And I'm, and fucking the system. At the end of this, I'm going to come out on top.
Yeah, and missionary is the position that he's in, which is on top.
Right.
Lately been in meditation, contemplating who I'm not. Turns out I'm really him. Goku, can you body swap? Stories come with pipe. When you typecast, same narrative all my life. Still I play my role despite them loaded dice. Gotta warn the bros, it's paramount. I send them my advice. We done flip the script so many.
Gotta warn the bros. Warn the bros, Warner Bros.
That's fire.
It's Paramount. This is another company for music. I send them
in movies.
I send them my advice.
That's fire. Run it like back like a tad bit. Gotta Warner Bros. Gotta Warner Bros.
I wrote despite them loaded dice. Gotta Warner Bros. Paramount.
Got a Warner Bros.
It's Paramount.
Warner Bros. It's Paramount. I send them my near rhyme. I send them my advice.
And I send them my advice. We done flipped the script so many times.
We done flipped the script so many times. He's still going on with the bars. Them writers went on strike.
Critics calling this a doozy.
Critics calling this a doozy.
I'm acting, is it to be or not to?
The way I'm acting, is it to be or not to be? Like a to be movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope.
If the camera moves, we have a son that is be playing around the camera just because. Do you want to be in the video, Makai? Yeah. All right.
Just wait.
We doing extras, reason Nathan got him ruly. Coast is back up on the scene. 9 names going up. Nah, I fully run my credits before I really make a movie. All action packed. We back to back and pound for pound.
I'm not going
I fully run my credits
to the youth. Alright, let me go back.
I'm acting, is it?
Where we left off.
All my life, still I play my role despite them loaded dice. Contemplating who I'm not. Turns out I'm a sack race when I'm in my bag. Lord, literally catch me skipping through these niggas pressing fast forward. Care about no pop. Passionately fuck the system non-stop. Missionary, so I'm coming out on top. Lately been in meditation, contemplating who I'm not. Turns out
I just want to pause that. Lately been in meditation, contemplating who I'm not. Yeah. So it turns out I'm really him.
Turns out I'm really him is major, and to find that out, he's letting you know that meditation is a part of that. That meditation will let you know what you like about yourself and what you don't like about yourself. But it is important to find out what your purpose is.
The guy can catch these bars, man.
I'm really him. Goku, can you body swap?
Turns out I'm really him.
Goku.
Ginyu.
Body swap.
That's a Ginyu.
But
I get it. Ginyu, if you watch the movie, if you watch the series Dragon Ball Z, which Makai know, Goku and somebody on the Ginyu Force swap bodies. So it's like, that's the point. I'm really him.
Yeah, meaning also, and when you're meditating and finding yourself, you also swap bodies because you're no longer the old person. You're now becoming into your new body and your new like spiritual path and purpose. So it's a lot of like dopeness surrounding what he meant and all that. And I don't know who King Yu is, but was that like a battle or something on one of the Goku shows?
Yeah, that's the beauty of painting a picture, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, and you can look at it from different angles, and it kind of extend the metaphor past what the author's intention maybe even could have been. But that would also make it still low key a part of the author's intention, not knowing. Yeah.
Stories come with plight when you typecast, same narrative all my life. Still I play.
Stories come with plight when you typecast, same narrative all my life. What is the same narrative that young black boys are typecast as? Drug dealers, murderers. Even though we're none of those things, in a culture that's about those things, try to flip it and say that we're about those things when we're about science, mathematics, logic, reasoning, peace, knowledge, and understanding. They try to typecast us as murderers, rapists, can't protect our women, all these other things.
Yeah, can't speak up for themselves.
So then he said, still I played my role despite the loaded dice. Meaning, even though this game is rigged, I still played my role for my life in my own movie.
And not their narrative.
Right, exactly.
My role despite them loaded dice. Gotta Warner Bros. Paramount.
Gotta Warner Bros. Gotta warn the bros that we're typecast like this. It's paramount that you understand this. This is hip hop. I gotta let people know.
It's paramount.
I send them my advice. Still rolling with the Warner Bros. Movie company, Paramount movie company. Cinema is another way of saying movie.
Oh man, that's dope.
All the way through the line.
That's crazy.
What you think about this?
Gotta Warner Bros. Is Paramount. I send them my advice.
Right. Also, too, we give you 100 permission in the women, 100 permission in the comments to get on Makai about anything he slightly puts in his mouth occasionally throughout the video.
I send them my we done flipped the script so many times.
We done flipped the script so many times. Still going on with the what scheme?
We done flipped the script so many times.
Warner Bros, Paramount, Cinema. We done flipped the script. He's still going on with movies.
The story, the narrative, the story is a script. And they're just flipping it and making movies.
I done flipped the script so many times, them writers went on strike. Other rhyme writers, I done flipped the script so many times in this rap thing that writers said, I don't even want to write anymore. Critics calling this a doozy.
Critics calling this a doozy.
Way I'm acting, is it to be or not to be? Critics are calling this a doozy. Like
There's
I want
no
to say
way.
it's a flop.
Yeah.
They're trying to say it's just something that happened. Like they're breaching the system because nobody in the industry is really signing them.
Yeah.
Way I'm acting, now he's questioning, which is going back into movie, to be or not to be.
And
that is the question. That's Hamlet. That's to be or not to be.
That's
but he
beautiful.
flipped it. The way he literally flipping the script, to be or not to be. He's literally doing what he said in the last verse. A lot of these reactions, y'all go deep, but it's deeper. Way I'm acting, is it to be because you acting to be, or is it not to be? The way that he layered all of this,
that is fire.
These other rappers know you cannot rap. You in fact can't, but
That's
you can
fire.
make a good jingle song.
Hold on, because it just hit me while you wrote that down. That to be or not to be is definitely Hamlet, which is also a literature piece of art.
Right.
It's literature. Mm-hmm. So, and people acted this out. You know, they did the whole to be or not to be play. Mm-hmm. And so the way I'm acting, is it to be or not to be? The whole thing is still talking about the narrative. He started off with the narrative of his life being, you know, played by somebody else. I mean, the narrative been made by someone else, but he continued to do his role play the way he intended his life to be.
All right, and if y'all know a little bit more nuances, the only reason I can't extend because I don't know about the Hamlet plays and all that other stuff, but I know the phrase to be or not to be. Then you got to look at the meaning to be or not to be, to exist or not to exist is what I can catch from what I'm doing. But in the way he's doing it, is it to be, like a to be movie, a low budget to be movie, or a good thing depending on how he as the author is looking at to be, or not to be, is it to not exist, is it not real,
or is he acting like did he really figure out that he know he's him? Like, is this a real act? Does he know that he's God chosen? Like, or
is it playing?
Is this really? Like, that's what I'm saying. So it's like,
but if he's saying the first one is a play, we gonna keep it going.
It's good.
But he said if the first one is a play, the way I'm acting is it? I gotta really see this.
Because that's what I'm saying. He's talking about both things.
Loaded dice, got a Warner Bros. Paramount. I sent him my advice. We done flip the script so many times. Them writers went on strike. Critics.
So
and at this point, the writing is so dense that even with the beat, if you don't like the beat, it's like you still have to enjoy this. You still have to enjoy this, bro, or you just don't like the lyrics part. You're not a lyrics person. You're a no substance dancing around all day person.
There's so many great meanings he just put in that on this whole concept. Flipping the script, meaning the way that he's actually writing these bars is flipping the script, to be completely honest. So he's saying it and did it so many times. A lot of rappers are just like, I'm out. And is this really real? Are they really coming off the top with this? How are they making this up? So it's a lot of different angles as far even from that rapper. Like, these men really rapping like this?
Yeah, so we're gonna move this ahead, or we're just gonna stay here. But yeah, that's all the things we can find.
Calling this a doozy. Way I'm acting, is it to be or not to be? Doing extras, reason Nathan got unruly.
Doing extras, reason night they got unruly. I don't know if they meant to put night here. Because really, if Coast Contra messes up on these lyrics here, that can be a major problem. This shit survives off of these lyrics being right. So Coast Contra, really, like, stay up. I'm pretty sure y'all doing that because it's your livelihood now. But don't get slack on this unless if y'all are doing it.
Because one word would throw off the whole
doing
thing.
extras, reason
night.
Coast is back up on the scene. 9 names going up. Nah, fully run my.
Okay, now he's still going.
Yeah,
it's
he
like,
is.
This a doozy. Way I'm acting, is it to be or not to be? Doing extras, reason Nathan
doing extras, reason they got
unruly. Coast is back up on the scene.
Coast is back up on the scene. Coast is back up. Coast is back up on the scene, meaning appearing on the scene. I'm not going to take it that far.
9 names going
now our names going up. Nah, fooly.
Nah, fully run my credits.
Nah, run my credits before I really make a movie. Credits come down. Well, no, credits go up, right? Yeah, they could do go. You got this. Now, so it said now our name's going up, and when you run the credits, your name goes up. That's another bar.
Bro, really make a movie. All action packed. We back to back and pound for pound. Feel the impact. This shit right here so good, make you wanna slap your mama's mama. With Steve Jobs ranting in the background. That's how you put your neck down. Hip-hop.
With Steve Jobs ranting in the background. That's how you put your Mac down.
That's fire.
This is a MacBook. Steve Jobs was the owner of Apple. I think Steve Jobs is dead now. I don't think so. But yeah.
Steve John Praying in the background. That's how you put your neck down. Hip hop shit, but then not the guy shit. 9-6, represent a wise like I'm time 6. The coast is on the rise like the people's consciousness. On the mic, nicer than you niggas compliments. But
Can't none of y'all stop me. Can't none of y'all stop me. Can't none of y'all stop me. Praise God. Can't none of y'all stop me.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Can't none of y'all stop me.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Can't none of y'all stop
1,
me.
1, 2.
Praise God.
God tossed me so many oops, you would think he made a mistake. I put him on my home team, he always showed me a way. Granted, I move clean, so that's how I got made. He never messed up, he $2 grand, it's like we playing 2K. My bucket list to win mills, by the way. I'm convinced my neck gon' look like my arm in a Carter estate. Come on, y'all, think beyond what I say. My messenger, rock nations like I'm talking with Jay. Doing shows, name on the bill like I offered to pay. Throwing meals like food fights, but we ain't at it.
I just acknowledged that my wife kind of looked at me subtly to see if I was going to run these things back. I am. I just wanted to get y'all through all of these things because I wanted y'all to get, in the flow, and we've been breaking it down, like chopping it. But I'm going to go back to the beginning. Let me see.
God tossed me so many oops.
God, already. Y'all know that God tossed me so many oops, alley oops. But he puts the oops in the middle like a tension. And then the next line, he makes the first thing he laid down mean something else. God tossed me so many oops, you would think he made a mistake.
And what I like about it is that the animation, the acting behind it, really like seeing
sells it. Yeah.
It sells it because
now they're MCing. This is the type of shit you can do to rock a crowd.
Yeah, the whole thing matters.
And rappers, you're not MCs. You rap, but you're not rocking a crowd. You're not in your artwork so much that you'll act it out. You're just a rapper.
It makes a difference, though. I mean, it lets you know that they're really into art because they see what they're writing. They see it, and so they're trying to bring us to their reality. This is a reality they live in, a realm. So, like, had I not seen him do the hoops.
Yeah, when you bring, I want every rapper to know, unless you're being yourself, and that version of yourself is cool, and also uniquely different, but goodly uniquely different from majority of what out here, you don't even have a chance of making it a rapper. And then on top of that, you have to learn the business part of it. So unless you're doing that, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, just wasting time.
Yeah.
You would think he made a mistake. I put him on my home team, he always showed me a way. Granted, I move clean, so that's how I got made. He never.
Alright. Yeah, cool. Don't mess with anything. Okay? Look at me. I don't want to have to do this again. Okay?
Hey, granted, I move clean. Think he made a mistake. I put him on my home team, he always showed me a way. Granted, I move clean, so that's how I got made. He never messed up, he $2 grand, it's like we playing 2K. My bucket list to win mills, by the way. I'm convinced my neck gon' look.
Bucket list, now basketball scheme, Makai. Where did we start at? Granted. I think he made a
mistake. I put him on my home.
I put him on my home team. Talking about God, I'm gonna put him on my
team. He always showed me a way.
Always show me a way, but you have a home team and you have an away team.
Hey, granted,
I move clean, so that's how I got made. Granted, he started off with granite. Maids can clean a granite countertop. Granted, I move clean. So that's how I got made. The way that I move allows blessings to open up for my life.
Yeah, and that's being clean. Actually.
But he's still keeping that paralleled with the basketball. Now it's kind of like a maid scheme now. So he kind of jumped from a basketball team to a maid scheme.
Yeah.
Clean, so that's how I got made. He never messed up. He $2 grand. It's like
he never mess up. I mean, when
you
cleaning, you never mess up.
And then he's back to the basketball scheme. He never messed up.
He'll attach anything to make the thing keep going, even because when you cleaning up, you didn't mess. Well, you would never mess up. Well, you cleaned up, so you only clean up when there's a mess up. That's the only relation between that. But he'll look for any relation between the bar he laid down to keep going.
Yeah,
even the in between words matter to him.
And the whole grand, he said he $2 grand. He'll never mess up. With $2 grand. That also goes back to the very, very beginning when he said that God threw so many oops. Oops is like a mistake, and then he went back and just said he never mess up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And then he's $2,000. It's like we playing 2K, and 2K is going back to basketball.
Exactly.
$2,000 is the same as 2K.
No,
that's so dope.
Exactly.
Playing 2K, my bucket list to win mills by the way.
My bucket, another bar about basketball. My bucket list to win mills, by the way, to win millions, to win meals, like actual eating meals, and to win meal. Right? My bucket list to win meals, by the way.
Wait, I'm
convinced my neck, Vince Carter, I'm convinced my neck gonna look like my arm. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna look like my arm in the
Carter estate. So I'm convinced. And then what did Vince Carter do? Windmills.
Oh, he did do windmills.
Yeah, he did windmills. I'm convinced. And then he suggests his name more, like the power of suggestion. I'm convinced. Subtly, wisdom is subtle if you understand the Bible. Mm-hmm. I'm convinced. All of this literature that's a part of our culture comes from the Bible. So if you're a black person in this world that doesn't think that the Bible is hip hop, you're not on this new plane and wave of hip hop. You're old. You're an old man. You're one of those old people who kind of that said that the Bible is not a book that we should be following because you're stupid. And it's not because you're stupid. It's because white people who taught us the Bible taught it like they gave it to us and they gave us trauma. So it's kind of like unfortunate that we can't look at it for literature and metaphors and all the things that's in it, because the people who are doing these kingly type metaphors right now, they're the descendants of the people who are writing magnificent artwork in the scriptures. Absolutely. And no other culture can write as good as us. And that's when we was writing in our own language. Mm-hmm.
Which is what goes back to in the beginning when he was talking about the narrative that was built for his life, and he's not going with what that narrative was. Mm. That's basically what he's saying. I'm going into my path because I know my truth now.
Because the narrative for America is all the shit that they say is our culture. When you go into the narrative of you being king and priestly, it brings you to attracting more spiritual things to yourself, and then you realize, oh, my foundation was this Bible. Yeah. Or I'll just say that's just what happened to me. You guys can believe whatever you want to believe.
Made a mistake, I put him on my home team, he always showed me a way. Granted, I move clean, so that's how I got made. He never messed up, he $2,000, it's like we playing 2K. My bucket list to win mills, by the way. I'm convinced my neck gonna look like my arm in the Carter estate.
Convinced my neck gonna look like my arm in the Carter estate. There's so many Carters that Wayne Carter, Jay-Z Carter,
so he did
Vince Carter. Come on, y'all, think beyond what I say. Now he's pushing understand that I'm talking about the Carters as in Jay-Z and his wife.
Now he's about to go to that.
Come on, y'all, think beyond what I say. Get what I'm saying? And while saying that real meaning, he had enough wisdom to put Beyonce in think beyond what I say. That's
so that you can know that his wrist looked like the Carter estate, meaning they got a hell of a lot of money. Right. So he got hella money. He's hella abundant, and also.
And I want to say this. He put that in there, think beyond what I say, to be like whatever Carter you are thinking in your mind. That's the one that I'm meaning. Mm-hmm. So he used this as go ahead and get all those interpretations. Yeah,
that's dope.
That's dope. Really fire.
It is. Think beyond what I say.
That means you made this line mean millions of things. That's hip hop, and that's what the Bible does. It has things in it that mean more than just one thing.
That's a parable.
That I may show you the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. That's Job.
Yeah. Come on, y'all, think beyond what I say. My messenger, rock nations like I'm talking with Jay. Doing shows, they want to build like I offered to pay. Throwing meals like food fights, but we ain't at a buffet.
Throwing meals like food fights, but we ain't at a buffet. He did that.
Reminiscing on the days I would train on the block, looking out for cops like Denzel.
Reminisce on the days I would training day on the block looking for cops like Denzel.
Yelling out Jake.
Yelling out Jake. Like that's what he did in the movie.
Whole movie scheme. Whole movie scheme.
You got anything? You good?
Nah, that's good. This is good.
Stacking Washingtons until they were Franks. Like, damn, son, this the type of crack that'll prey on the saint. If you smell this.
Okay. Crazy.
Okay. Damn, son, this the type of crack that. Stacking Washingtons until they were Franks. Like, damn, son, this.
Sterling Washington, Sarah Frank. Now you know about that shit.
So Snowfall.
Yeah, I don't know about
Snowfall, right? So what gets me first is he lines up training day, And he actually sounds like he's in the character of Denzel when he yells out Jake, because he says it how Denzel says it in the movie. And then he lines it up with a reference from Snowfall, because his name was Franklin. And go back real quick.
That would train on the block, looking out for cops like Denzel, yelling out Jake, stacking Washingtons until they were Franks, like damn son.
Stacking Washingtons until they were Franks, like damn son. So Franklin used to always be like damn son.
The surface level that I can get with my level of knowledge is literally stacking Benjamin until they become Benjamin Franklin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was getting a hell of a lot of money, like damn son, and Franklin used to always say damn son in the show.
Yeah.
This type of crack, and he also sold crack that'll prey on a saint, and his last name was Saint. His character name was Franklin Saint.
Okay. Yeah.
So crazy.
Okay, fine. Keep holding my arm.
Like, okay.
Type of crack that'll prey on a saint. If you smell this rock cooking, make the Wayne wanna faint. Unlike Lucas, the rule is you never give him a case. So
like Lucas, the rule is you never give him a case. What does that mean?
Frank Lucas.
Oh.
Now we're talking. He done went into. What's the name of that movie? But Frank Lucas was a very he was a drug lord or whatever.
And so his rule was you
don't give him a case, and that's how he never got caught for a long time. He just Frank Lucas was from he started in North Carolina. I forgot the name of the movie, but it's another Denzel reference. Is what I'm trying to get at.
When you rap this good, your hair gotta look like this. You have to. That's why black people hair look like it anyway. It's not just called like our shit is like we're scientists. Like
that's
our frizzy. Like we play with numbers and science and shit. Like
it is an energy. It is definitely
nothing about everything about the narrative of telling us we're hoes and niggas that some of us are stupid enough to believe in proves their point. You're horrible to the plight of black people. You're just believing and becoming the narrative that white people push, and we weren't any of those things from the beginning. I mean, some of us were. In all of the times in the generations we lived on this earth, you always had niggas that just was with whatever other culture was doing, but couldn't see the beauty in hip hop.
Yeah, well, he just did.
Nigga, don't ask. Legally, I signed.
Okay, go ahead.
Make the Wayne wanna faint. Unlike Lucas, the rule is you never give him a case. So, Mr. Officer, I'm sorry, I cannot say. Nigga, don't ask. Legally, I signed the NDA. I throwing people when.
Nigga, don't ask is NDA.
Oh.
Nigga, don't ask. Legally, I signed the NDA. Ice throwing people in cubes. That means they can't speak about this in the industry.
Yeah, that's why they have an NDA.
That's why he said that, and he probably was at meetings. They're blowing up now. They've probably come across people that are trying to get them to fold. That's why this is so impactful. They are not. They never let you know what they let you know what they're about.
Q's renting WA. Today is not a good day. Yo, am I tripping or we living in the?
It's that y'all get that. I ain't got to break that shit. I don't want to have to break down everything because this shit be long as fuck.
It's okay because that's what it's here for, and we thank you guys for the journey because we really do this like by ourselves. So we hope you stay along
and keep encouraging us to keep getting out there. It's just like we have a family. I have a wife. Thoughts get to you. Other thoughts get to you. You know, I be surviving and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm very happy, cool, laid back person and happy. But you know, we just got to get into the habit, make more organization time blocks, which has been what we've been talking about. But go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, you know, you get what you're supposed to get from it. So if you stay to the end, you stay to the end. If you didn't, and it's just not for you.
But this video is going to impact somebody's life. So even if all the ones I've already did was impacting people's lives, it's just, you know, you got to stay in it, consistent. And it's not, as I'm doing this, as I'm sitting out here and soaking up this experience,
really
it's not hard, but go ahead, Vic.
We just said the same thing at the same time. I just wanted to say on his last line, when he said, Ice throwing niggas in cubes.
Yeah. Where's NWA?
Where's NWA? We obviously know that's an Ice Cube reference. But we're also talking about the fact that Ice is in this. Why are we even talking about Ice as an existing force in the United States? And then he's saying it's not a good day because ICE is out here and you're not even legally the law enforcement of anything.
Private contractor.
You're a private group of people who are attacking and harassing people with no
basically
right to
hired with white people with money that play with kids and they booty hoes.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Officer, I'm sorry, I cannot say. Nigga, don't ask. Legally, I signed the NDA. Ice throwing people when Q's went in WA. Today is not a good day. Yo, am I tripping or we living in the planet of the apes? Monkey see, monkey do what they say. All hell.
And I don't care if I know what he's saying. All hail Caesar. We know that Coast Contra. Let me see this. Yeah. We know that Coast Contra. Yes, I've seen a lot of reactors say this is about money, and this is green. But in something else, I think.
Food,
Yeah, food on the surface. Yeah, but that's the surface thing.
Yeah.
Food, obviously. Then the second thing would have to be about money. But he said, "All hail Caesar." All hail Caesar. He just came about out of ice. These are the things that's spinning around in his mind. He shows you through his lyrics. If you can dig this deep, especially if you're in the spirit of hip hop, this is his thoughts. He knows this place is Rome. He knows this place is Babylon. He knows this place is all these other things, because hip hop, when you're really in hip hop, you spiritually know yourself and you know your culture. Mm-hmm. Hip hop is just really still a cold word for those who have ears to hear. But all hail Caesar. He flips that inhale scheme so many times. This is mean all hail Caesar. What does he pick up out of Taj's hand? A blunt. All hail Caesar. And this is a good time to let y'all know, me and my wife have been going back and forth. This weed that they putting out, just stores that's supposed to be dispensaries in states that don't really have it legalized officially, like California. We had a crack era before. We had things trying to flood our community before. What are they trying to put in the weed now? Yeah,
because they know that we're resorting to weed because everything else is harsh. Mm-hmm. And we know about the fentanyl and everything. So now that they understand that we're trying to find a way to medicate, they're going to go to our...
fentanyl on the rise, and then these weed shops are on the rise. Yeah. Like, they'll put shit in your weed, bro.
Yeah.
If you're going to do anything regarding weed substances, and it's hard for you, nothing should have that much power over you. But if you should just grow it on your own.
Yeah, and then check the source. But all hell, meaning we are all now inhaling Caesar.
And that means, and this shows you how much a leader Eric Jamal is, because the first Rio Lowe started off with saying he smoked, but I don't think that would stop Eric Jamal, if this is his scheme, to speak his truth. This is why they're good friends. They speak the truth to one another and be like, that's what you own. I respect your sanctity and I respect your peace, but this is what give me peace, whatever. But it doesn't even matter. Just understand that and be very wary of fentanyl being in your weed. That's the point.
I was also thinking, because I was listening to Losis earlier, I don't really know if he's saying he don't smoke, but he did just make a reference about putting the blunt that he's been breaking
it
down.
It shows you what be on his mind. People's lyrics show you what they
behind,
do.
But did he leave the blunts behind? You know what I'm trying to say? Because he said that today.
Blaze the stage like blunts I left behind. I'm blazing the stage like blunts.
So he's still like me. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I mean. And then the Caesar too is also Caesar is the white man.
Yeah. So hail Caesar. All hail Caesar. And then this is coming from the Planet of the Apes scheme, so don't think we missed that.
Yeah, we did.
They said all hail Caesar. They will all hail Caesar, but this is another way. All hail Caesar in the fact of all hail what this white man is giving us. All inhale Caesar. Like everybody's doing the same thing. Smoking. We know smoking is a majority thing. Mm-hmm. We know people who was following Caesar. Majority of the monkeys were doing that. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I can hear what he's saying.
Multiple ways.
Yo, am I tripping? Or are we living in the Planet of Apes?
Living in the Planet of Apes.
Monkey see, monkey do what they say. What are they saying?
They
all
say.
Hail Caesar.
And they
smoke.
Say it's smoke, and also give everything to the white man. Listen to what the white man says this you should do.
Right.
Because they said do what they say. Who is saying it?
Right.
All hail Caesar.
Right.
It's Caesar.
Right. So exactly. So and then he says healthier ways, like you can do teas. I'm pretty sure Eric Jamal probably does put weed in his tea. Probably put things in his tea. I don't know. But he just said there's healthier ways. Same thing that Yaki be doing. We all know we are part of the same community.
Yeah.
When I'm watching these brothers, I'm watching 19 Keys. When I'm watching them, I'm watching these elders that preach on Saturday. I'm watching Yakai and all these other things. Yeah.
See monkey do what they say. All hail Caesar.
Him now. I don't know if in the movie
he's taken, because they did do this in the movie. I don't know what this is how they fed each other. But don't we give each other? Don't we pass the blunt like that?
All hail Caesar. He's saying that's a form of
Passing,
yeah, it's a form of worship, idol worship. That's what he's saying. And he's going to go into letting you know that with an idol worship bar.
Okay.
Right? But you have to be able to convict yourself if you're feeling some type of way from this, because truth is meant to pierce through the hearts of people, like Rod said, so you can change and correct your actions, you know what I'm saying? But it's for healing. And if he feels like saying that it's healing his people, I wouldn't mind him saying that.
Yeah.
You niggas ain't solid, I'm just addressing how
Niggas ain't solid. I'm just addressing how you led us astray.
You niggas ain't solid. He's still talking about food now.
Right, so now I'm gonna watch rappers who's promoting weed heavily. I'm gonna see if that becomes on the rise. Like, I'm gonna start seeing that and be like, bro, are they trying to work with? Because you can't trust motherfuckers, but you live in a time where you can't trust niggas just because they got a chain on, and a moissanite chain on at that.
It's a good way to look at it too, babe. Because if they start increasing talking about weed and rolling, and we talk about it here and there in our songs and everything, but the way that they did it when they were advertising lean and perks and Xannies in songs, if they do that with weed and try to put a negative connotation to it as well, we definitely want to be watching out for that. But that's why getting your own land and growing your own product is going to be important, because the herb itself was given from God.
But I'm wise enough to know that yes, you have certain elements you can use marijuana for. Maybe you do need it, you know what I'm saying? But there's healthier ways. It was about medicine. It's healthier ways. Really, being completely honest with you, if somebody's in a deathbed and they brain or something's off, you just drink it, inject it, do something that's not killing your lungs.
If they have an issue with their breathing or something like that, you definitely want to find a different route and do it with proportions, because when you start talking about edibles and then taking it, you got to be careful of how much you take based off of your body. So just, you led
us astray, doing anything for the green, but it's healthier ways, gassing these niggas, dog.
That's how you know it's talking about weed, doing anything for the green, but it's healthier ways, and right after that, gassing these niggas. This is how you read the Bible, by the way. You see what God is putting right next to other words in certain pockets in the Bible. You have to be able to be in tune with his mind in order to see what his lyrics is saying.
Because that's dope.
Give me a break, saying the same old thing. I got drive, but y'all do figure eight, staying in place. Get the fuck out the way.
Place with a figure eight, because you're not moving nowhere.
Yeah. Gassing niggas, dog.
Gassing these niggas, dog. Give me a break.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Now you're going into a car.
Yeah.
Saying the same old thing. I got drive, but y'all do figure eight, staying in place. Get the fuck out the way. Yo, wait, no beat. Watch me snap. No photos, please. Try bookers. We be swamped. Do your thing, Dochi.
I don't know why you said do your thing, Dochi. If somebody could add to this, why did he put this there? Because I know there's a lot of questions in the audience mind from hearing a lot of different reactions. Why did he say this?
Yeah, I don't know too much about Dochi, so is there a backstory? Let us know.
They be buying what we selling. We don't go by streams. Fuck with my team. I turn into Draymond Green. And I kind of want to share some shit.
He went back to the snake bar that you thought he left. And I kind of want to
shed some light.
Shed, but anaconda sheds.
They do. Yeah. A snake sheds.
And I kind of want to shed.
Yeah. If you fuck with my team, I turn into Draymond Green. It's still kind of like salad green. Draymond Green. Mm-hmm. And I kind of want to shed some shit.
Some shit getting my skin
getting under my skin, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Fork-tongue niggas, going back to Native Americans when they had interactions with the white man and this oppressive system that has gotten into the minds of black people. So it seems like you're talking to a black white man, especially with them being in the industry. You think everybody's a culture, and nigga, you're with that culture. The niggas that's not like us.
Yeah, you can see his face too. He's like, I can see through y'all niggas. I kind of want to.
Go ahead.
I kind of want to shed some shit and get some things off my chest. Pretty much get some stuff from under my skin. Fork-tongue niggas, it's like y'all double crossing. Y'all looking like niggas, but y'all sound like the ops.
Fork-tongue niggas keep talking with a smile on their face.
Smile on their face. I cook a verse.
Shit hot. I cook a verse. Shit
hot. When I spit it, they shake. I'm cold, bruh. This here is venomous ink. I'm using poison every situation, but nigga, today, Serpent gon' rattle a snake. You shouldn't have been.
That's fire.
And then that's how you know it was going into idol worship with the Hail Caesar, because he said you shouldn't have bit. What did they bite in the beginning? The fruit.
Yep.
And that's why he said today, serpent's about to rattle a snake. I'm about to say some shit that's about to rattle the serpents in y'all. Y'all not gonna want to hear what I'm saying. So you're gonna come up with interpretations that kind of doesn't include this interpretation, but I'm giving it to you too.
I'm telling you what it is.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, so I dig in for the truth for myself all the time to know what I should shed, what I should keep doing, what I shouldn't do, whatever. But I'm not gonna not look at some shit that he's saying because it's convicting me.
Yeah, you can't ignore what he's saying.
Whole shit.
Yeah.
Fuck with my team, I turn in and drain my green. And I kinda wanna share some shit, get in my skin by the way. Full-tongue niggas keep talking with a smile on their face. I cook a verse, shit hot. When I spit it, they shake. I'm cold, bruh. This here is venomous ink. I'm usually poison every situation, but nigga today.
He gave that to me. I'm usually and he is usually poised. This is how you know he's telling the truth.
He said poised.
I'm usually poised in every situation, but nigga today.
But he also did poison. I'm usually poisoned because snakes are normally venomous. This is fire. So he's basically saying, I'm tired of y'all snake ass niggas and the snake shit. I'm about to call it all out. I'm like,
he's calling out snakes. Yeah, snake. Yeah, but nigga, Sir Pen. He's calling his pen a sir, but sir like old English Bible. Sir Pen gonna rattle a snake.
Serpent.
My pen. My snake, my what he made to sound like snake is gonna rattle a snake in you, rattle a demon in you, gonna rattle a snake.
Rattle a snake.
You shouldn't have bit. How are you biting? By listening to it. That's how Eve bit, by listening to
the serpent.
What the serpent was saying, and then taking what she learned back to her husband, and what her husband went on was righteousness. What she probably turned into was idol worship.
Yeah.
And because that's the beginning of all sins.
Anything that doesn't please God.
Exactly. You shouldn't have bit.
Shouldn't have bit. That's what you get.
That's what you get for being in vain.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's what you get for being in vain.
Being in vain. The black mamba from
Mamba from Philly, LA. What is in a vein? What do you call your penis? A black mamba. That's what you get for being in vain. The black mamba from Philly, LA. Kobe's from Philly, and he moved to LA.
That's fire.
The black mamba from Philly, LA. Fire. Then lets you know that vein is attached to that black mamba that's supposed to be looked at as a penis that the author intended. Why?
Philly, LA.
I'ma funk the whole world raw.
With no protection.
No protection. So if you're doing this, first of all, repent. Whatever. If you're on the spiritual side of these things, which I would say for myself, but just for health wise, if you're not, spiritual, whatever. Do it for your own health, scientifically.
At least just for being clean flesh wise, like just protect yourselves out here. It's a lot of diseases, like for real, y'all. So
yeah, niggas gonna run from this breakdown.
That's what you get for.
That's what you get for being in vain.
Being in vain. The
black mamba from Philly,
LA.
I'ma funk the whole world raw. That's how you niggas sound. I'ma fuck the whole world raw. I'm the shit. Chains, money, yeah, bitches. That's how you look, nigga. You're corny. You're the white man. The white man has never been hip hop. That's his principles. That's how he does. That's how he goes around the world. The evil white people, even the white people who feel like they have to get to this point and be like, no, it's not all white people, because something in your head. I'm telling the truth, nigga. You don't like my face.
Yeah.
But yeah. For all audience, this is why I be calm, because people who are calm and poised really have a lot to say.
You do. We do.
Yeah.
And I want to say that the way he's saying this and that emotion, I'ma funk the whole world off.
So he's talking about himself, but he's also talking about you niggas.
And he also talking about how the white man feels about he be fucking all of us over raw.
Right. That's why he goes and invades.
Yes.
That's a proportion of rape.
Rape.
Invading different countries, came here to invade and get the woman, his nature. Yeah. That's in the music industry. Ooh. That's spreading to other.
Look at his face. That's what I'm talking about.
Spreading to other black artists and Hispanic artists. You're becoming the white man that signed you, because you're signing your soul over to him. So your soul has to convert to what it is, to being like him, to like his nature. Coast Contra said they're not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm sure, nigga.
Yeah. That's good.
With no protection. Stay on brand E. Okay, I'll use a contraceptive.
Stay on brand E. We got brand deals. We don't want to lose our brand deals. Stay on brand E. Okay, I'll use a contraceptive. Because Contra is their brand. But to stay on brand, if to not playfully lose these deals, since you're so worried about that's what the people say. Don't worry about your brand deals. He's playing the devil's advocate. Stay on brand. Okay, I'll use a contraceptive.
Ooh.
That's clever.
It's a perspective from the Contra, from Coast Contra. So I'll use our perception.
Exactly.
Make a statue of me.
Make a statue of me so I'll stay erected. That's what Greek culture is.
Yeah.
That's how Roman culture was. I want to be you don't have a sense of soul and I'm okay and I don't need to mess with anybody. I'm at peace and I'm satisfied. The white man's culture was not based off of Zen and peace and meditation. It was based on you see a nigga in Zen and meditation and go fuck that up.
Exactly.
That's why when we was in a cipher, speaking our own language, ciphering to each other, they came in and deciphered it.
Yeah. And then and also it goes back to that play on Caesar we was talking about earlier. He's trying to let you know that all this is connected to the ways of the world. So that Caesar statue, that Caesar reference is kind of like similar to what he's saying right now. The statue of me, so I'll stay erected. That's what white people did. They put statues of themselves up, showing
and on top,
showing everything out,
and they you know
their public areas or whatever.
And it was small too.
It was horrible.
But anyway, but make a statue of me so I'll stay erected. That's like a nigga who's funking the whole world. He wants women to worship him. Mm-hmm. I'ma fuck the whole world raw. Yeah, give it to pimp. It's like you have no substance change. You only go out to the club. You just want things and people to worship you. That's why most people that are narcissists become pastors, Christian pastors. But if you're really on this shit, this is more so hip hop, really from the soul, really more truthful than a lot of pastors, because he's speaking more righteousness in his lyrics than they speak on their sermons at church.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's good, babe.
Hip hop, higher infinite power, healing our people. Thanks to Torn by Professor Griff.
So I stay erected. I was wrong for that. I take it back. Look how I stand corrected. Okay, quick.
I was wrong for that. I take that back. I shouldn't have did that. Funk the whole world.
Yeah.
I'm wrong for that. I take that back. Look how I stand corrected. Because he was a snake the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look how I stand corrected. I want to say that as a way of like, okay,
I correct myself.
I corrected myself. My back is aligned straight. I'm cool. I'm not with that crooked.
Because he said remember he said the I'ma fuck the whole world raw as well. But it had different innuendos.
Right.
From his point of view, like fuck y'all too, and then also the point of view of that's what the white man does to us. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna do it like y'all.
Right.
Let me correct myself. Let me not
become. I'ma fuck the whole world raw. With no protection, stay on brand. I guess I use a contraceptive. Built a statue of me, so I'll stay erected. I was wrong for that. Take that back. Look how I stand corrected, and then he stand back like he was dropping his penis. Right.
Yeah, he
did. Look how I stand corrected.
He did. Right. Yeah.
Grab umbrellas, Coast Contra gon' reign forever.
Grab umbrellas, Coast Contra gon' reign forever. And after the serpent thing in the Bible in the biblical sense, he jumps to Noah, because Noah, the flood was after. The reason for the flood is what happened all the way with Adam and his wife going to talk to the serpent. So now God had to bring into a flood and wash all that filth away. Coast Contra gon' reign forever. Coast Contra gonna reign forever. That don't know a boat that
can sustain this weather. To be the best fucking rapper is my newest endeavor. Coast nicotine, dust, meth, crack, cocaine. I can overdose every microphone fiend. If you want smoke, I got it. Your field team calling you 24/7? Give them something better than your phone number. Connect Team's team management app.
Well, he's continuing he's putting it in there for people who have there.
Yeah.
And if it reaches you probably should stop. You know what I'm saying? That's the me to you.
Yeah.
You know
okay. Y'all niggas ain't dope. We don't want no more. You shit stepped on. That's all in the hand with that store. I'm the low key type. I done mastered head. You know I make you disappear with one magic trick. It's like that.
Low key. I'm the low key type, low key.
Yeah, he's saying we don't want that dope no more because that shit stepped on. It's like nothing's pure.
Right.
So it's not that it's.
That's Arm and Hammer. That's Thor.
Yeah.
That's fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard some stories of they're sprinkling fentanyl on some of these weed strains.
Yeah, I did hear stories about that too. And we don't hear things from our parents whispering and our friends whispering it, and it's in our ear. That means God is speaking to you to be like, hey bro, don't be one of the ones that's about to die in the future from this. If there is people that die, God bless all of our people to avoid the beast.
Yes, just find you some natural. I mean, we know a few people who growing their own stuff, so it's like just find someone who does it and research the farm.
And until you can really, you know what I'm saying, unless you really, really trust somebody, bro, you know, just grow your own or leave it alone. That's be the sentence, dun dun dun, and leave it alone. But you know, that's a real adult thing that you can do.
Now watch my mind take flight as I become formless. I'm never harmless on the mic.
like he in a cosmic place. It's like I seen enough. Only God knows. I seen enough. Only God knows how worse this gets.
Yeah.
And that's why he's like, I have to be at peace. When you're in the industry, that's why J. Cole was like that. All these people find Zen in your culture because we have one.
Yeah.
That is all about lyrics and repeating the same thing over and over again, so a certain amount of children can understand it and correct their behavior and get right with God and aligns to the next phase of this world.
Right, baby.
Definition of doing this with my eyes closed, I smell corruption. I hear disruption.
Definition of doing this with my eyes closed, I smell corruption. I hear disruption. Somewhere out there in the meta field of all this, in the universe, something's in the disruption.
Unless you know that he meditates. You have to be in tune with yourself to do what he's doing. Right. You have to be in tune with yourself to hear and smell and then know when the energy shouldn't be in this room.
And that means something in your culture, some important figure in your culture is doing something that's off. I hear this.
Yeah.
I
gotta get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, or like heal it. Or put my art out so it can correct shit.
That's true.
Felt them, felt nothing, no taste for destruction. I ain't bluffing when I say I got a 6 sense. Nigga, I done seen dead people.
That's a 6 sense bar, because he said, I hear disruption. I have a 6 sense. I may not be there. I may not be in China or this place, but I'm universally connected to the consciousness of my culture.
That one, because
that still exists. Even though we lost who we was, whatever, we don't know tribe, you're still mentally in tune with your brothers and sisters that you don't know who your brothers and sisters anymore. Absolutely. And that spirit is called hip-hop.
Yeah.
Higher infinite power healing our people, one consciousness that we all connected to. Yeah.
Pay my rent. If not, that's your ass fuck. Go hit the pavement. Christmas time, shit me and moms and holidays in. Don't ask where I been, I'm always where I be at. Mentioning us, cause you know good feedback. Log off, nigga, cause you might be hacked. www.com, you need to relax.
That's fire.
Yo, my nigga, chill. Niggas keep trying to. My nigga, you gotta chill. I'm supposed to come. Bleak, bro, chill. Alright, I got you. Check. I played small like a humble giant. Now I'm David, moving in the body of Goliath. Remember times I couldn't find rest within the quiet. These days I'm blessed, could probably feel peace within a riot. I'm not a pacifist at all, no, I lose some, I win some.
Do y'all understand that they are basically telling you how to master meditation and in the middle of war? They understand that they're in war, but they also understand that there's a balance of having to. Even in the midst of the valleys that we're going through and the shadows of death that we're going through.
Psalms 118 verse 6. Right? Who will I be afraid of?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then when all hell is breaking loose like it will, when all this currency is like, not popping and people losing their mind because they spent their time being stupid for so long, and now this is just a shock that money's not worth anything. You have to be quiet within that. You know what I'm saying? You have to get your family right and you have to calm yourself. If you're bugged out right now, here's your beautiful time to, meditate and do things that like a real nigga would do in your culture, because we love you and that's why we tell you that. But go ahead.
Exactly right. www.com. That's what they just said.
Good.
If I had to do some, just know I did some. Only thing pass about me is my income. But trust, I'm direct, willing to check a nigga and willing to be checked. With respect as king, sometimes, man, gotta get some things off your chest. Only moving one step at a time, no more, no less. The sky was just waiting for the right brothers to fly. The ones who complain just ain't willing to try. I know we got a vision for them, you and I. Same vision opened up my eyes. Look at me when I say I'm changing my world my way. If it impact yours, we can be on one accord. Whether 1, 4 or more, my intentions is secure, nigga. I'm sure, nigga, ain't nothing gonna stop me. 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 Praise God. Yeah, yo, talk to him, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can't none of y'all stop me. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can't none of y'all stop me. 1, 2. Praise God.
That's fire. Absolutely. That's legendary. I know you don't. That's fire.
Y'all be easy. And that's it, man. Love.
Peace and love.
Yeah.
All right, you want to make money in real estate? Here's how you